It's Block Lounge Entertainment, and the time is right with T-Pre.
Child, listen, I am just as shocked as probably everybody else, and this is what's making me go live right now on this channel just to talk about this. I am bewildered and just kind of just shocked, but we're going to talk about this right now. I'm going to go ahead and play a quick timer for you guys so you guys can sit down and relax. I'm not going to be very long tonight, but I did want to talk about this Lennon Honor situation. Okay, so let's go ahead and get into it. Let's go ahead and get into it. I'm going to play you guys a nice timer, and then we'll go ahead and get started. All right, y'all. What's going on, YouTube? I hope everybody is doing as great as I am today. Shout out to all of you for being in the building. There's about 20 of you in the cloud. Shout out to Chat Lives for being in the chat. I just want to let you know, Chat Lives, that I happen to be, I'm not a DJ, but I do happen to make beats on the side. That's something that I do. It's just a hobby that I have and that I've been into for many years. So I have a real keen ear for beats and percussions. And so I hear different beats and I just play those things when I hear them. And I have an appreciation for music. So shout out to you for kind of pointing that out. But that is something that I do on the side as a hobby. So yeah. But anyway, I hope everybody is doing as great as I am. And I just wanted to talk about this Lennon Honor situation real quick because I'm probably just as shocked as y'all are, okay, that Lennon is talking about quitting YouTube. He has, if for those of you that don't know, Lennon has taken all of his videos about Umar, well, most of them. There's like one of them that's left, which is about him making fun of Umar at the last barbecue that Umar had. I call it a barbecue because that's pretty much what it was. But the last block party, quote unquote, that Umar had, that's what Lennon has been talking about. But he has taken down probably over 1,000 videos, okay, over Umar. And more than likely, those videos are members only, which doesn't make sense to me. And shout out to Monty Woodgrain because he mentioned that earlier. He said it wouldn't make sense to make videos that have already been published make those private and make those, into members only, when you can just private them as opposed to making them members only. Now, there are some videos that I have made members only. Okay, that were public at one time, and then I made them members only. Some of them I had as members only, and then I made them public for like an hour or two, and then I made it members only again. So that is something that does happen with content creators. So it's possible that he does have them as members only. I am not a member of Lennon Honor. I don't plan on becoming a member. So I don't really want to know. I don't really want to know bad enough to become a member to see whether or not those videos are privated. But if one of y'all do, let me know. But either way, I think that this brings up a really great point, because there's a lot of us that have decided to kind of leave this sector behind and kind of move on with life and move on to bigger and better things. Some of us have started other channels, including myself, and other podcasts and different things like that. Other people are just not even dealing with social media at all, and they're doing other things. And they're just moving on from this whole Lennon Honor, Umar Johnson situation, anti-Afro, Rev G, that whole AFW situation that's been going on for several years. So this is kind of what I wanted to get into in regards to this situation. And shout out to Dr. Nikki Proctor Walden. I appreciate my sis for always being in the building and always being a long-standing member. I truly appreciate you for being in here today. We got to talk, sis. I'm going to call you tomorrow. Either way, let's go ahead and get into what I really wanted to talk about today. And just, kind of bear with me in regards to this. I know that I haven't been on in a while on Black Lounge, but I did tell you guys that I am going to be pretty sporadic on this channel because I am moving away from the whole Umar Johnson, quote unquote, sector situation. And I think a lot of us have been doing that. And it's a pretty smart move, if you ask me. Now, Lennon has talked, he went into this tirade, and, Lennon is a pretty funny guy. I think everybody kind of agrees with that. Lennon is pretty funny. That's how I was drawn to him to begin with. When I first started watching this whole sector, I started with Lennon Honor. Okay. And, I was drawn to his humor. I was drawn to a lot of things about Umar. And about Lennon, I called him Umar, about Lennon. And, towards the end of my journey with him, I really started to feel that things were repetitive and that it was just, it almost felt cultish like. And being an ex-JW, I just didn't want to be part of anything like that. So, I parted ways with Lennon, and with the AFWs and all that stuff. And it's been a journey since then. I've publicly spoken out against anything that the AFWs were saying in regards to Umar. So the issue that is going to come up now, I think, with Lennon is the fact that he has spent so many years and it has invested so much time into talking about Umar Johnson and going in and on and on and on about this situation. And now he just decides to take everything down and to just stop, And I commend him. Okay. I'll be the first to say that I commend him for doing that. Not because, I'm trying to get accolades with him or anything like that. Not because I'm trying to become cool with Lennon or anything. It doesn't matter. But ultimately, at some point, you have to move on with life, right? We all have to say, yes, it's time to move on. It's time to, kind of hang up the bullshit, let it all go, stop arguing and going back and forth, and just move on. Okay. Because there are so many other things going on in life. He can talk about these things. Like he said, he's going to have a live stream. He said he's going to have a live stream tonight or last night. I don't know when it was. I think it's tonight in regards to Umar with his members. Okay. That makes sense because he has members who are going to follow that story. They want to talk about this. This is what they want to do. If they're going to do that behind a paywall, that makes much more sense to me in regards to that, and then he can put other things in the forefront regarding either his channel or just do other things in life. Okay. Because at this point, I don't think he necessarily needs to do, the YouTube thing like he was doing it. So I want to commend him for that. I also want to commend him for, finally moving on from this AFW situation, which some people have a hard time doing. Okay, let's keep it real, Anti and Rev G, and shout out to y'all for watching because I know y'all gonna watch. But y'all having a very hard time moving on from this situation. And so many other things have come up. So many other situations have attempted to come into it. People going to court and people going to, people calling people's jobs and people getting fired and all kinds of weird shit happening behind this one situation, okay, with Umar Johnson. And, it's been ugly. It's been nasty. It's been real. And it's time to move on, okay? People are just tired of going back and forth with each other, and different beefs have been created behind this one beef, behind this one situation of, the AFWs wanting to go against Umar, okay? And then people standing up against the AFWs and their almost criminal-like behavior, okay? So with that has come a whole umbrella of bullshit. And at this point, I think everybody is finally at the point where they're saying enough is enough. We're tired. Okay. We just don't want to do this anymore. Nobody wants to be in court. Nobody wants to be calling the cops. Nobody wants to be calling the FBI. Nobody wants to be doing all this stuff behind YouTube beef and behind drama. Okay. It's funny because there's a few esquires, actually attorneys, okay, that have gone over this most recent Umar Johnson situation with the lawsuit. Shout out to Empire I think her name is Empire Esquire or Empire Esquire TV. I think her name is Empower Esquire TV. But shout out to her because she did an actual review of this new recent Umar Johnson lawsuit. And she is an active attorney, okay, very professional. And she did give her analysis of it. And she brought up some very good points, which I've been thinking for the whole time, especially with the previous lawsuit before they had, August Archibald had asked for it to be removed. One of the things that she said was, she's looking for August Archibald to connect all of this YouTube drama and all of this YouTube beef with how that has damaged this person, okay? And how that person was damaged and how that person can now collect on a federal lawsuit regarding that. If that person can't prove that, there's no case, okay? And that's just that. So ultimately, you know, people are tired of going through this type of stuff. They're tired of having their name mentioned on lawsuits and to cops and to CPS and so all this stuff, you know, that an environment that was created to destroy Black folks. You know, let's keep it real. That's exactly what this environment was created to do. Now, maybe the people that have become players in it were not intending to do that, but that is ultimately what has happened in this situation. Okay. And it's time to let shit go, all of it. So I'm going to be the one to first say that I respect Lennon for moving on. Now, like I said, if he decides to talk about this thing behind the scenes with his members and they are paying him and they want to talk about this and that is a completely different situation. But for him to be live and online every week and 3 times a week and you got a new story about Umar and it's the same damn story every single week, yeah, it's time to let it go. Just like it's time for AAS to move on. Just like it's time for Rev G to move on. Just like it's time for all these people to move on. Y'all can talk about me, D. Darrell, everybody else all day. At the end of the day, niggas is moving on, as you can see. So that's all I got to say about it. But shout out to y'all for being in the building. The Speakeasy, Tanisha Wright. I don't know who Tanisha Wright is, but allegedly that was supposed to be me, but that ain't me. That ain't even close to my last name. But shout out to y'all for being in the building. And Dr. Nikki, as always, I appreciate you. You said Umar may have sent him some of that exclusive certified mail. I was wondering that. I was wondering if it was that or if he decided to go ahead and do some copyright strikes on him. And if he did that, I mean, that would pretty much take his whole channel down if he didn't remove everything, you know? So I don't know. We'll see. But either way, guys, I will talk to you guys later. I truly appreciate y'all. I did not want to be long tonight. I just wanted to give my opinion on that. And shout out to y'all. And thank y'all again for watching. Peace, guys.